In this exciting game, USC Counterforce, players must command a strike team of elite commandos to a mysterious planetary body, M8322, to neutralize an enigmatic alien threat. The game features a new campaign mode where players assume the role of a personalized commander, leading their fleet through a procedurally generated, story-driven adventure with multiple possible endings. Alongside deep tactical gameplay, players manage bases, handle faction requests, and maintain crucial relay stations. With a detailed squad management system, hundreds of weapon and gadget combinations, and a class-free skill system, players can tailor their strategies to their preferences. The game also offers fully destructible environments, allowing for dynamic battlefield manipulation. Multiple game modes include customizable single missions, multi-mission operations, and a defend the base mode. For cooperative play, the game supports local co-op and online play through Steam's Remote Play Together feature, ensuring a challenging and engaging experience for all types of players. And now we come to the reviews. Common feedback points to USC Counterforce highlight its intense, tactical combat reminiscent of XCOM, but with a twist. Players face massive hordes of aliens and must use Overwatch extensively. The lack of a grand campaign is noted, with only smaller operations available currently, but the content is substantial even in early access. The interface design is praised, and random scenarios and operations are well executed, with squads and soldiers being persistent. Combat. In this exciting game, Norland, players must navigate the treacherous landscape of a fractured empire, now filled with successor kingdoms vying for power. As the leader of a small kingdom, players manage their noble family's survival and ascent amidst a backdrop of warfare, famine, and internal strife. Each family member possesses unique skills, traits, and ambitions, influencing their relationships and actions. Players will oversee various aspects of kingdom management, including military campaigns, political strategies, and economic decisions. Balancing the needs and aspirations of both the nobles and the common folk is crucial, as discontent can lead to rebellion and treachery. With a focus on story generation, Norland presents a dynamic medieval colony simulation, where every decision shapes the kingdom's future and the fate of its inhabitants. Let's take a closer look at our next review. As observed by multiple reviewers, this game combines elements of RimWorld and Crusader Kings, offering a unique hybrid gameplay experience that has generated significant community interest. The tutorial is short and manageable, with extensive tooltips and scenario customization enhancing the early access experience. However, while the game shows promise, it has several issues that impact playability. The relationship with the church can be problematic, with self-destructive AI lords committing sins and making poor decisions, resulting in frustrating micromanagement. The food and drink system leads to significant mood debuffs, exacerbating the difficulties in maintaining stability. The game's reliance on lords for research and production is seen as a poor design choice, as their deaths cause critical disruptions. Additionally, the economic system is unforgiving, with high costs for essential resources like rings needed to manage sins. Overall, the game needs substantial improvements before it can be fully recommended, despite its intriguing concept and potential. In this exciting game, Meifumado, players must navigate a post-apocalyptic world inspired by Japan, filled with rich, immersive environments. As an action role-playing game, Meifumado offers non-linear levels that allow for exploration and strategic decision-making. Players have access to a diverse combat system featuring a varied arsenal of weapons and fighting skills, enabling them to approach challenges in multiple ways. The game's intricate design and compelling atmosphere provide a unique experience, blending traditional Japanese aesthetics with a dystopian future. Let's take a closer look at our next review. As observed by multiple reviewers, this game is not ready and urgently requires patching. The inability to rebind controller keys and having to press X to confirm in the menu is considered unusual. The map glitches when the left thumbstick is moved, and the game crashes frequently. Aiming the bow and throwable weapons with the thumbstick while controlling the character with the D-pad is unintuitive. The pause menu feels off as it resembles the main menu splash screen. Despite these issues, the game's art is beautiful, and the combat is tactile and well executed. However, the linear gameplay contradicts the open-world promise from its Kickstarter, with several promised features and areas missing. The absence of a hub area or merchant diminishes the value of collecting weapons. Combat feels unsmooth with poor hitboxes and unpredictable enemy attack. Some levels have only one save point, and the save feature lacks clear indicators. Reviewers express hope for future updates but currently find the game disappointing and unpolished. The game Union of Gnomes is a quirky fairy tale set in a revolutionary kingdom where players lead a gnome uprising against Snow White's oppressive rule. Players assemble and enhance a team of gnome freedom fighters, experimenting with 130 cards to create powerful synergies and combos that can hit, poison, weaken, or blind enemies. With 3 unique gnome heroes, each with distinct traits and abilities, players navigate 6 acts filled with fairy tale bosses and regular enemies. The game features a story mode and an infinite gameplay mode, offering quirky quests, hidden stories, and one huge mystery to uncover. Let's take a closer look at our next review. Reviewers are of the opinion that Union of Gnomes is a standout deck-building game due to its unique twists on the formula and the developer's responsiveness to community feedback. The Wiener mechanic has been completely overhauled, transforming from a drawback to a valuable resource for executing powerful moves and acting as a panic button in challenging fights. The addition of a roguelike mode adds depth, while numerous quality-of-life changes, including revamped tooltips, tutorials, and a redesigned UI, enhance user-friendliness. Despite room for improvement, the game's introduction of its features is praised for its clarity. The prologue and demos leading to early access have addressed many initial issues, showcasing the developer's commitment to player input. The character design is charming, and while there's playful speculation about future editions, the current content has left players satisfied. For those hesitant about the purchase, the free prologue on Steam offers a compelling preview. Dungeonborne is a captivating game that invites players to explore the perilous depths of Clozo Castle and the sprawling labyrinth of Sinner's End. The game features unique landscapes that emphasize vertical exploration, where players can discover valuable artifacts and defeat formidable guardians. Players can assume the roles of various classes, such as fighter, priest, rogue, swordmaster, pyromancer, cryomancer, death knight, or druid. First-person perspective. Let's take a closer look at our next review. Common feedback points to the game highlight the need for OCS servers and criticisms regarding movement and combat, with some players finding them clunky. The game is praised for its fluid and responsive gameplay, with PvE enemies being challenging yet manageable. Some players express disappointment, noting it doesn't significantly differentiate itself from similar titles like Dark and Darker, despite allowing the creation of multiple characters. The game's balance, particularly the time to kill, TTK, and class mobility, is a major point of contention. Players find the ability of certain classes to engage, disengage, and heal frustrating. Despite needing more content and balance adjustments, the game is considered fun and worth trying by many. It has been favorably compared to Dark and Darker by some players who appreciate its superior aura and entertainment value. In this exciting game, Superscout, players must guide Shuai-Ji through a world where love and destiny intertwine. Set in a live-action interactive movie, the game lets players explore the secrets of several unique characters, each with their own complex background and personal struggles. By making crucial decisions, players will influence the outcomes and relationships within the story. Central to the gameplay is the Superscout ability, a mystical power traded for future wealth, allowing players to uncover and activate the hidden potential of the girls they encounter. As they navigate through romance and personal growth, players must balance their choices to shape a fulfilling and dynamic narrative. And now we come to the reviews. As observed by multiple reviewers, the game offers a compelling blend of strategy and storytelling that captivates from start to finish. Set in a richly detailed universe, it challenges players with intricate mechanics and engaging narratives. The game's visual style and sound design enhance the immersive experience, while its diverse characters and dynamic world contribute to a robust gameplay experience. Despite occasional pacing issues, the overall execution and creativity stand out, making it a memorable addition to the genre. In this exciting game, In Search of You, players must navigate the vibrant nightlife of a nightclub through a fully immersive first-person perspective. Set against a backdrop of real-life improvisation and on-location filming, players step into the shoes of Tian Long, interacting closely with various heroines. The game features multiple branching storylines, allowing players to explore romantic possibilities with a diverse range of characters. From the sweet and adorable Vivi to the ambitious Lily, and from the complex Eve to the charming Monica, each heroine presents unique opportunities and challenges. Players must embrace their choices and craft their own path to capture the heart of the one who truly captivates them. Let's now delve into the reviews. Common feedback points to emerge from discussions about GameX highlight its impressive visual design and immersive atmosphere, which have received widespread praise. However, criticisms often focus on its repetitive gameplay mechanics and occasional pacing issues. The narrative has been described as engaging but somewhat predictable, while the character development is seen as a bit shallow. Overall, while Game X succeeds in delivering a visually stunning experience, it may fall short for those seeking more depth in gameplay and story. The game Dark Hours Prologue is a free introduction to the co-op survival horror experience of Dark Hours. Set in an auction house turned nightmarish trap, players must work together to escape a demonic entity. Designed for 1-4 players, the game features exploration, puzzle solving, and stealth elements as players navigate a building filled with valuable loot and new monsters. The prologue allows players to experience the core mechanics, including cooperative gameplay, equipment management, and the tension of either escaping or hiding until dawn. With its emphasis on teamwork and strategic resource use, Dark Hours Prologue sets the stage for a deeper horror experience in the full game. Let's take a closer look at our next review. Common feedback points to Dark Hours Prologue. Highlight: its exceptional graphics, engaging storyline, and thrilling gameplay. The game is praised for its intense monster encounters, smooth mechanics, and cooperative gameplay, which adds excitement and depth. The immersive environments and well-developed characters enhance the overall experience, making it a compelling choice for horror and survival game enthusiasts. The combination of stunning visuals, intuitive gameplay, and captivating narrative creates a must-play experience. While the prologue offers a tantalizing glimpse, the anticipation for the full release is high, with players eager to dive into the complete game. Flintlock: The Siege of Dawn is an action-packed Souls-like game from A44, known for Ashen. In this explosive adventure, players face a world ravaged by gods and undead armies. The story centers on Norvanek, an elite coalition soldier, and their mystical companion Enki. Together, they battle to close the door to the great below and reclaim their world from divine chaos. The deluxe edition includes 3 exclusive outfits: Noble, Champions, and Vanguard. Combining fast-paced combat with gunpowder and magic, Flintlock offers dynamic gameplay with opportunities for strategic verticality and explosive encounters. Players must navigate a devastated Kian, upgrade their gear, and prepare for the ultimate battle against vengeful gods. And now we come to the reviews. As observed by multiple reviewers, the game has been described as mediocre, often not worth the full price. The combat is criticized for being imprecise, with traversals similarly feeling unreliable. The story fails to engage, though this isn't a major focus for all players. Audio production issues detract from the voice acting, with some NPCs being too quiet compared to the main characters. Visually, the game is acceptable but unremarkable, and overall performance is average. The experience is marred by frequent bugs, such as a boss becoming motionless mid-fight, and issues with unblockable attacks undermining the parrying mechanic. While the game might be enjoyable on sale or for those craving a mindless action game, it generally lacks polish and depth. Kriegsfront Tactics Prologue is a turn-based mecha squad tactics game, set in an alternate 1970s Southeast Asia. In this prologue, players experience the opening of the game and the first hour of gameplay, commanding a mecha squad behind enemy lines. The game combines elements from tactical RPGs, roguelikes, and features low-poly retro visuals. Players must manage their squad, resources and mechs, make moral decisions, and navigate the treacherous jungle while facing intense combat. Mechs can be customized with different parts and weapons, and tactical planning is crucial for survival in this procedural strategy game. Let's take a closer look at our next review. As observed by multiple reviewers, Kriegsfront Tactics stands out with its solid mech combat and engaging tactical mechanics, reminiscent of the Front Mission and Battletech series. The concealment system and intense crunchy gameplay enhance the experience, although the game's optimization needs improvement. On lower settings, the Steam Deck struggles to reach above 20 FPS, and screen tearing was noted during the tutorial. The music is highly praised, and the customization options for mechs add depth to the gameplay. While the dialogue has some rough spots, likely due to translation issues, and the narrative's world building could be clearer, the game's overall style and mechanics are compelling. Despite minor issues such as grammatical errors in the English version and occasional performance hiccups on older devices, the game shows promise and is eagerly anticipated by fans of tactical mech games. Master Detective Archives, Raincode Plus is a dark fantasy detective action game from the creators of the Danganronpa series. Set in a city perpetually drenched in rain and under the control of a powerful megacorporation, the game follows Yuma, a trainee detective, and his partner Shinigami as they uncover hidden truths. Players investigate crime scenes in the real world to gather clues and solve cases, then enter the mystery labyrinth where collected evidence helps navigate through traps and gimmicks. Unique abilities called Forensic Fortes assist in uncovering hidden clues, while fast-paced reasoning deathmatches challenge players to combat mystery phantoms. Plus version enhances the game with 4K support, a new gallery mode, and additional content including new sub-stories and a digital deluxe edition with extra digital goodies. The game will add support for English and other languages via a patch on October 1st, 2024. Let's take a closer look at our next review. Reviewers are of the opinion that Echoes of Eternity offers a captivating blend of science fiction and fantasy elements, though its execution is met with mixed responses. The game immerses players in a richly detailed universe with a compelling narrative and innovative mechanics, yet some find its pacing uneven and character development lacking. The visuals and soundtrack receive praise for their high quality, enhancing the overall experience. However, the steep learning curve and occasional bugs have been noted as drawbacks. Overall, while Echoes of Eternity shows promise and creativity, it may not fully satisfy all players. Magical Delicacy is a Metroidvania-inspired cooking adventure where players step into the shoes of Flora, a young witch with a dream of becoming a proper sorceress. Settling in the bustling harbour town of Grat, Flora manages a magical kitchen, creating and selling a variety of dishes and potions to a diverse clientele. The game combines cooking with casual platforming as Flora explores the town, interacts with its residents, and uncovers secrets about the island and its mystical inhabitants. With a pixel art style and a deep cooking system, players can experiment with recipes, improve their kitchen, and navigate a world full of adventure and intrigue. Let's take a closer look at our next review. Common feedback points to the game Magical Delicacy include a few notable inconveniences and suggestions for improvement. Players appreciate the game's charm and the beautiful pixel art, but they have expressed a desire for certain tweaks. The inability to view the map while on stairs or moving platforms can hinder navigation, and the lack of a back button during NPC dialogues can lead to repeated conversations. A suggestion has been made to replace the delivered tag with a prepared status to better reflect the accuracy of dishes. Despite these issues, the game's engaging cooking puzzles, exploration elements, and delightful character interactions have been well received. The blend of Metroidvania mechanics and culinary challenges creates a unique experience, though some players find the platforming elements less refined and the gameplay progression somewhat tedious. Riviera, The Promised Land is a remastered RPG from the Depth Heaven episode series, now available on Steam. Players embark on a journey with the grim Angel Iron and his allies as they explore the mystical island of Riviera, encountering various challenges and uncovering hidden truths. The game features a unique battle system influenced by the player's inventory, and a favorability system that evolves based on choices made throughout the story. The remastered edition boasts enhanced user-friendly features, including HD illustrations, adjustable BGM, faster play modes, and both Japanese and English voice options. This version aims to provide an accessible and engaging experience for both newcomers and seasoned players. And now we come to the reviews. Reviewers are of the opinion that Luminous Legends delivers a compelling mix of strategic depth and engaging narrative. Set in a visually stunning fantasy world, the game combines tactical RPG mechanics with a richly woven storyline. Players navigate through complex decision-making processes and dynamic combat sequences, while the game's intricate plot twists keep them invested. The diverse character roster and customizable abilities add layers of depth to both combat and story progression. However, some critics note that the pacing can occasionally falter, and a few technical issues might disrupt the experience. Overall, Luminous Legends is praised for its immersive world-building and strategic gameplay, making it a notable entry in its genre. Space Will is a survival roguelike game set in a sci-fi universe where players explore space, build and upgrade battleships using a variety of cores, equipment, and chips. The game begins with selecting a core and crew for initial setup, followed by galaxy exploration. Players gather units and chips during their journey to enhance their ship's capabilities. Each core or unit has up to 4 interfaces for customization, with the ability to expand them indefinitely. Combat involves dual joystick shooting, keyboard movement, and mouse aiming, with options for automatic weapons and traps. The game's strategic depth is enhanced by rotating and optimizing crew positions for effective combat. Let's take a closer look at our next review. Reviewers are of the opinion that this roguelite survivor game stands out with its deep customization and variety. It draws comparisons to Path of Exile due to its flexible build options and rewarding RNG mechanics. The game offers a plethora of unlockables, providing hours of engaging content at an attractive price. Despite a brief setback when the developer's publisher was banned from Steam, the game has been re-released with access restored for previous buyers. Featuring a range of weapon synergies and strategic module placements, it shares some similarities with other survivor-likes like Portado, but with a distinctive space-themed twist. EvilVEvil is a fast-paced first-person vampire shooter where players battle through hordes of enemies with ruthless efficiency. The game features a cast of formidable vampires, each equipped with unique abilities and a powerful presence. Players engage in a gripping narrative that reveals the dark conspiracy of the malevolent Zagreus and his cultists. The game supports co-op play with up to 2 allies or can be tackled solo for a more personal challenge. Players can choose from various vampire types, each offering different playstyles, and customize their characters with powerful artifacts and weapons. The arsenal ranges from modern firearms to ancient relics, with extensive weapon modding options available to enhance gameplay. Let's now delve into the reviews. Reviewers are of the opinion that EvilVEvil attempts to revive the chaotic, throwback co-op shooter experience reminiscent of the 360 era, but falls short in several areas. While it channels a nostalgic, junk food appeal with frenetic action and simplistic mechanics, the game's lack of depth, underwhelming customization, and noticeable bugs undermine its potential. The gameplay, which revolves around mindless shooting and basic arcade-style fun, lacks sophistication and suffers from technical issues such as frame rate drops and poorly integrated weapon mechanics. Despite these flaws, the game offers a certain charm for those who appreciate its retro-style chaos and can overlook its budget constraints.